This episode is brought to you by the Conscious Combo Network and the Black Boy Fly Club. Go to www.blackboyfly.club to learn about the movement, get books, merch, and just get connected with the brand overall. Again, www.blackboyfly.club. I hope you enjoy the next episode. Welcome back to another episode of the Black Boy Fly podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Isaac Addae. Today's edition is very special. I'm at Tennessee State University in the new state-of-the-art health sciences building. This is somewhat of a homecoming for me. I was brought in to speak at the Harambe Men's Leadership Conference, and I've been talking about the idea of Black Boy Fly. Been speaking all morning to different groups of young men. It's been incredible, and they've been tapped in. So today I want to talk to you about the power of using your voice. Now, for many years, people have said, Isaac, you have an incredible voice. And I always would smile or not really know what to say. And I started trying to tap into that power and use my voice in ways that I haven't. So those of you that have watched episodes of this podcast, you're watching me practice using my voice. I've spoken on several panels over the years. I've spoken at many events over the years. I'm getting better at using my voice. Something folks have been saying to me for a long time. Now, here's what's funny. And I was telling the group at the conference this. When I was in the third grade, I won third place in a statewide speech competition in the state of Arkansas. I probably should have gotten placed on the speaker circuit at a very young age. Maybe I missed that calling when I was a lot younger, but here I am in my 40s, and now I'm figuring out this whole idea of being a speaker. It's important to use your voice because your voice has power. Your unique perspective on the world, your unique thoughts, your unique viewpoints, your unique experiences matter. And when you speak, you tell your story, you empower other people based on the things that you've endured. So I've spent time and energy and effort working to refine my voice and to actually develop myself in the world of speaking. I've also manifested the idea that I will be a speaker on a global stage. And remember, in my prior podcast episodes, I talked about the power of manifestation. Well, guess what? It's happening. Just this week, I got asked to keynote speak at a university for over 100 students. They're also ordering copies of my book, and they want Black Boy Fly merchandise. I couldn't be more excited, but this is also something that I've been working on, preparing for, and manifesting. And my goal is to get on as many college campus stages, as many corporate organization stages, to speak it to as many audiences and share my story, and hopefully one day do a TED Talk. Yep, you heard it here first. I'm going to do a TED Talk one day. But again, it's not about me. It's about using my voice to empower others. So think about you and your voice. Your experience in the world, the things that you've endured, overcome, are unique to you. But guess what? They can also help other people. You can save lives by using your voice. In prior episodes, I've talked about using your voice and telling your story and writing it, putting it in a book. But guess what? If you don't want to write a book, be a speaker. And you don't have to think about this as something that's hard to do. Many organizations are looking for people to come in and share their expertise and their experience. Sometimes there's a budget, sometimes there's not. What I'm learning is that there is a demand for people with my background and my expertise, and many organizations are willing to compensate you for your time and for your energy. All right. One of the best books that I read during the pandemic was The Successful Speaker by Grant Baldwin, who runs the Speaker Lab on social media. That book was incredible for me because it broke down the different ways in which you can speak, right? We've got the keynote speaker who goes and speaks on stage for maybe 30 minutes. We've got the workshop presenter who probably spends maybe a couple of hours to half a day teaching people on different topics from a speaker perspective. We've got the trainer, the person that goes in and does training. All of these types of people speak, use their voice. Teachers, educators, pastors, leaders, use your voice to empower other people. Think about yourself as a speaker. You have a voice, you have words you can write, you can talk. Put your thoughts together, tell your story, in a way that's going to empower other people. What's been really special about today is that I came back to my alma mater and I'm speaking at a men's leadership conference on the subject of Black Boy Fly, which is my story. And it's a book that I put together. And so I'm sharing with the young men the things that I've experienced, and I'm talking to them based on the ideas of purpose, influence, and change. And I'm helping them understand how they can get to the next level in life by just using my story and hearing my experiences and helping that then help them. What is it that you can offer? Who's the target audience that may benefit from your story? What I have found out is that being a speaker, which is something I thought was really hard, really is something that you can start small and work your way up toward. But it starts with, what is it that you have to offer? What can you communicate? Who is an audience that will be receptive to hear what you have to say? And what are the different venues that you can utilize to get your story out there into the world? I've been practicing this for a while, using a podcast, speaking on panels, moderating conversations, and I'm ready to jump out there into the world as a speaker and take my story all around the globe and empower people on this idea of Black Boy Fly. Again, you can be a speaker too. It's not about getting that first audience of 1,000. Maybe it's about that first audience of 10 people in your local community that you speak to and empower, and then that takes you on a journey to the next opportunity. But it starts with you putting yourself out there. All right. Now, what if you're shy? What if you are an introvert? Or what if you don't like speaking in front of people? Trust me, I've been there before, and I still have to work through that sometimes. But with practice, you get more comfortable, you get used to speaking in front of people, and it may not be as intimidating as you think. Try practicing speaking in the mirror, or like what I'm doing right now, I'm recording myself speaking, and this is taking some opportunity, some practice for me to even get comfortable with, because I'm so used to speaking into a live audience. But I was a teacher, and I spent 10 years in classrooms, so I got a lot of practice speaking in front of young people. All right. Think about your target audience. Think about the story or the message that you want to convey. Package your talk in a way where you can connect with people, make it exciting, make it fun. I've spoken to 2 groups this morning on campus, and we've had a lot of fun. And I'm basically sharing the Addae story, but I'm also helping empower and encourage them. So I want to encourage you to be a speaker too. I want to encourage you to use your voice to help change the lives of other people. You can do it. If I'm doing it, you can too. All right. Now, this is just a short thought that I wanted to come in and share with you guys. But again, remember to tune in to future and past episodes of the Black Boy Fly podcast on YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms. I've got my first interview coming up, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. It's going to drop within the next week or so. It'll be my first interview on the podcast, and I'm scheduling so many others. So look forward to seeing more interesting content that's going to help you fly high in life. Thanks for tuning in.